them, disappointment dampening her voice. "Festivities?" Corinne echoed, glancing at her husband for an explanation. "Mom makes a big deal over any baby. When Karen was born, she got showers and all this knitted stuff, enough to smother the kid once she was here." "Babies are special," Netta said in self-defense. "Was I special?" Berto asked. Netta winked. "You got your favorite sandwich, didn't you?" At Berto's bright-eyed nod, everyone laughed. "Have you found a boat yet?" Blaine asked, bringing the family back to the topic at hand. Leave it to Blaine, always the CEO, even at the dinner table. "I have a lead on one," Jeanne answered. "The problem is, we can't afford to hire out a ship as well equipped as the Calypso was." "You mean you haven't taken the ghost of old Jacques Cousteau on board yet?" Mark teased. "At the rate you're going, the old man will rise from the dead just to be your deckhand." "Maybe my next expedition," she shot back, modesty warming her cheeks. "Well, it wouldn't surprise me," Netta declared, with a confidence only a mother could have in her child. "You've always had the industry of that Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 6 aunt." Mark groaned. "Don't remind us." "Jean's room as neat as a pin," he mimicked their mother, adding the scripture she brandished with the skill of a sword master. "Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise." "You a sluggard?" Corinne teased. "I can't imagine." Blaine gave her a wry grin. "That was before he met you." "But that is exactly what Papa tells me to get me to pick up my toys," Berto exclaimed, none too thrilled about ants or wisdom. "And I say that ants also bite." Jeanne snickered as Blaine ruffled his adopted son's obsidian-dark hair. She had worked hard, getting her doctorate by the age of 26. But Jeanne knew that she was also blessed beyond measure. Mark's finding the letters, practically pinpointing the wreck of the Luna Azul, and handing them over to her went beyond the pale of hard work, or even luck. And that was why she had no doubt that they would find and excavate the early 18th century galleon. "It's definitely a God thing," Jeanne said. She knew it. At 27, with a fresh doctorate in nautical archaeology, the most one could typically hope for was to accompany someone like the late famous Dr. Jacques-Yves Cousteau on such an expedition, not run it. "Carlos Aquino told me that CDAM is going to work with you," Blaine said. "What's CDAM?" Corinne asked. "It's an acronym for Conservation, Exploration, Diving, Archaeology, and Museums," Jeanne answered. "It was formed to protect the artifacts pertinent to Mexican history, as well as garner interest in recreational diving in Mexican waters. Any treasure dives within Mexican waters require permission from them, but the biggest problem to date is the dive boat itself. And a captain, of course. Most of the charters cost $500 a day, a cost that would put Jeanne way over budget. The assets of the company she'd formed to finance the expedition had been modest, enough only to pay for the equipment leases and basic expenses. I'm hoping to find a captain who will put up his ship and services for a share of the findings." "You mean a captain with a penchant for gambling," Blaine observed, not at all enthralled with the trade of gambling. Jeanne nodded. "That's my biggest hurdle. But Don Pablo, our CDAM liaison, has someone in mind, someone he's worked with before. In fact, Dr. Primston and I are flying down to Cancun after the new year to check him out. Some guy from Bermuda who lives in Cancun and operates a charter fishing boat." "I'd better check on him first," Blaine said. "I'll have Carlos—" He broke off as his wife pinched his arm, a grin on her freckled face. "What?" "Blaine, Jeanne is a big girl. If she wants help, she'll ask for it. Right, sweetie?" She turned to smile at Jeanne. "It's not just Big Brother protecting little sister, Caroline," Blaine said in his defense. "Mark and I are investors as well. We have every right to check out who is on the team. The exception to getting what you pay for is a rare bird. I don't want Jeanne stranded in the middle of her project." "Blaine's right," Jeanne said.